Here's some affordable tech and gadget deals from Amazon that are actually worth buying. First, at only $10 is this rechargeable water dispenser for your desk or bedside. Twice the silicone tube in a large water bottle or jug beside your bedside or desk, and you have this automated water dispenser. This thing is incredible. Insanely cheap right now, $14 with a $4 off coupon. I'll have all of these deals linked in my profile there. If you click on there, you should find all of them. Next, my all-time favorite charger. This thing's portable, has high capacity, has built-in cables so you don't need extra, has high output so you can charge a laptop, and has a built-in Apple Watch charger, all for really cheap. Not only that, but it's on sale right now. I'm a huge fan of this thing. Next up are these bad boys. These make a really good gift. Or just for yourself, they're electric hand warmers, so they recharge by USB-C and they warm up really quickly in the winter months to keep your hands nice and toasty. Even better, these things also double as 2 individual battery banks, so you can plug a USB cable into them and charge your phone. And they're super affordable, 25 bucks with a coupon also available. Again, these make a really good, unique gift that people will actually use. Next up, 2 of my favorite pieces of travel tech. This 3-in-1 charger folds down to be really compact, but also really quickly expands to charge 3 of your devices all at once in this nice little charging station. AirPods back here, phone up here, and your watch. This thing is incredible. And again, making sure to find affordable stuff for you, so this thing's only 25 bucks. And one of my favorite gadgets of all time, these MagSafe battery banks that'll magnet to the back of your phone and actively charge them. These are great for traveling or at home because you're gonna have your phone charging and being topped off without having to have a cable running everywhere and keeping like chargers in your pockets. 25 bucks. And lastly, one of the best deals at only $15 is this Bluetooth label printer. It'll connect to your phone and you can print out practical labels or just use it to make little stickers for $15. This is an insane deal. I've linked to all these deals in my profile. Go check them out. Hope that was helpful and I'll catch you in the next video. This is a 2-minute crash course from a huge smart home nerd on how to choose the right robot vacuum. One of the most game-changing pieces of tech you could add to your home, but there's so many different options out there, so I'm here to help. After I explain what features you should look out for, I'm going to recommend a few different ones, especially this one and why you should run to it if it's still in stock. I'm going to start off looking at the bare bones models with no features. Don't buy these. You usually find these for crazy cheap, like $100, and they're very distinct because they're flat on the top. Again, crazy cheap and flat on the top. These are dumb, they have no spatial awareness, and they're randomly gonna bump around in your house and maybe clean it sometime. This brings us to the first feature you should look out for, which is called LIDAR, and it can be identified by a big bump on top of the vacuum, like this. Again, big bump and big bump. LIDAR will allow your vacuum to map your home and be aware of where it is. This means 2 things. One, it's gonna be able to actually vacuum your home efficiently. Because it knows where it is, where it has cleaned, and where it hasn't cleaned, it's gonna be able to take an efficient path and make sure it gets every single spot in your home in a really quick way. Opposed to just like bumping into random walls, again, hoping to maybe clean everything. You could say virtually block off areas you don't want it to clean, or you could send it to clean just specific places. Maybe you made a mess in the kitchen, you could send it just to clean in the kitchen, and it'll navigate over there, clean the kitchen, and go back. This is a must-have. Another feature you'll see on almost every model is passive mopping, where you have this water reservoir that you have to fill up manually, and you have this mop pad that you could attach to it. This works okay, but it's pretty poorly integrated, because you can't mop and clean carpet at the same time because the mop will drag on the carpet, so you have to kind of specifically choose when you want to clean the floor, only put it on the floor. You have to manually fill up the water, and it kind of just drags the mop along, doesn't do a very good job. I'll show you really good mopping features a little bit later on, but just know to look out for this and that it is there on most models. Now, moving on to a feature that borderline's on must-have, which is auto-empty stations. They're pretty self-explanatory. The vacuum docks up into the station and empties the little internal bin into a much bigger dustbin in the auto-empty station. The regular dustbins in these things are tiny, and if you don't have an auto-empty station, you'll need to empty this pretty much every time you run it. If you have one of these stations, you only need to think about it like maybe once a month. If you want to run this thing regularly, again, these things are pretty much must-have and they work really, really well. Now we're going to move on to some of the more premium features that aren't necessarily needed but are really nice to know about. The first one is laser mapping or vision. Every brand has like a weird, unique name for it. Pretty much every vacuum has these bumpers around the edge, which will prevent it from like running into walls and large objects, and the LiDAR will kind of help with that as well. But when it comes to little things like clothes on the floor or charging cables or kids' toys, the vacuum usually won't see it and it'll run over it, or worst case, in most cases, get tangled in the wheels and in the brush, and you gotta go get it and untangle it. It's a huge pain. If you get a vacuum with either laser mapping or vision, it's gonna be able to see those objects and avoid them and go around them. This is night and day, and it'll prevent you from having to kind of tidy up before your vacuum runs. If you have kids or something and you want to just run this thing like every day without even thinking about it, this is a required feature. It is a little bit more pricey though. Moving on to the last ultra premium feature, which is auto mopping. This is basically like the auto empty dustbin, but for mopping. You have a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. Every time it goes to mop, it's going to fill up the vacuum with clean water, and then when it's done, it's going to empty out the vacuum with dirty water. And even better, with most cases with the auto mopping vacuums, the mops will actually spin, so they're scrubbing the floor and not just dragging along, and they do a really, really good job. And even better, they actually retract up and down in and out of the vacuum, so it can seamlessly be cleaning the carpets, and when it gets on the floor, they'll deploy out and start mopping. Anyway, those are the main features you should be looking out for. Here's the ones I recommend. First off, this deal probably won't be around for long because it's on a refurbished model and they'll probably go to stock. If you're watching this video, you understand why it's such a good deal. Not only does it have LiDAR and an auto empty station, but it also has laser vision for $170. This is insane. It is a refurbished model, but I can personally vouch for this vacuum. I actually used this for like 5 years personally. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know why the reviews are so low in this case. Maybe because this is benchmarked off the base price, which is $800, which is what this thing is new, and it's only $170. Buy this if it's still in stock. I'll have a link to it in my bio. 2 other options. This one I don't have any personal experience with, but it looks really good on paper. The Shark for $270 that has LiDAR and auto empty. I'll have this in my bio as well. And then the vacuum I currently use and will not shut up about because it's so incredible is the T30S. This has every single feature we talked about and it executes it incredibly well. It has the auto mopping, it has the LIDAR, it has the laser detection, and it's only $680. Yes, that's a lot of money, but you're getting the best of the best and the best execution of the best of the best. I've been using DEEBOT vacuums for like 8 years now. I love them dearly. If you wanted to get all of these features on another model, you'd be looking at like $1,500 plus. This is an incredible buy. I use it personally. If you were looking for a robot vacuum, want the best of the best, buy this. I might do a more in-depth review of it later. If that was helpful, let me know if you guys have any questions. Check out my link in my bio for all of those ones I recommended. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!